Here we are waiting. There we go. Waiting for the other channel to come on there and send my little message out. So there we are. Here we are all in one place, all together. Welcome to Coming Into Being. So there's been some new people lately, so that's really cool. That's really nice. And I do see the comments on YouTube for people watching post facto. And I'm glad people are finding this useful. It's good. It's that's what we're here for. It's just to support people in this transition that we're in the process of going through, of coming into a really new state of being in existence, not just humans, not just the earth, but for the whole of existence. So here we are. Grab yourself some water. Have a seat and we'll get started. So this is all about coming into being into yourself, to realign more deeply with yourself. That's the main theme. And it's not about doing stuff for you. It's about guiding you through the process so you can stand on your own more and more. That's always been a key part of my work, is that guidance and that support to get you to just stand on your own and not need an external source. You know, this is about what we're really stepping into more and more, is that we could call it independence, but that's not quite the right word, because we still are interconnected with people, but it's about standing on our own and not being impacted, not needing that external piece to tell us what to do. So we can use that external piece to get that guidance that we need to, you know, it's like, well, okay, I'm not seeing this very clearly for myself. So what am I not seeing? And sometimes an external piece will come in, and that will help to open up the pathway, because it's like it'll trigger something, and it's like, oh, okay, now I've got that clarity. So let's take a nice deep breath in, hold it at the top, and then just release it out, letting yourself just kind of settle in. Settle into your body, just letting yourself relax, kind of shift around if you need to. Letting go of the tension, whether it's the tensions of the day or, you know, where you were this morning. Waking up and getting ready for your day. And aligning more deeply, just internally, to yourself. You know, sometimes we wake up, I don't know about you, but that happens to me, where a lot happens in the night. There's stuff that's clearing through, or just getting information that's coming through, and all sorts of things. So then you wake up, and I'll wake up in the morning, and then things are still kind of shifting. And so taking that moment to just come in to oneself and just be present for a moment, just being aware of where you are in your physical environment, to really just kind of bring everything together, bring yourself all together. Same thing at night, same thing. It's just taking everything from the day, letting it sift through, and then coming into that alignment with yourself, so that, oh, Asta, hi, Asta. And just aligning, reconnecting within, so that you can just then shift into better, more profound sleep for yourself, instead of having all this stuff that's from the day that's still floating around, that you can't get to sleep, or maybe you get to sleep and you're tossing all over the place. So letting that shift out. So nice deep breath in again, and then just exhaling out with a sound. And do it. Let's take another breath and let's do it a little bit more slowly and just releasing it out just gently and slowly and making kind of just a quiet sound. Again, just that sound, just that relaxed sound is a way that that information gets registered in your brain of just being more relaxed. Okay, we can relax now. We're out of danger. Uh, it's kind of like a sigh. And Carolina also popping in. Hello. So that's a nice thing to do. Just sometimes when you feel a little stressed, just take a deep breath in, hold it, really fill up your lungs and really stretch out your whole torso, really fill it up, hold it for a couple breaths, and then letting the air out. It's like, okay, yeah, we can just let that go. We can relax. Coming into the spine, we had a good spine session. I can't remember last time or the time before. Really get anchoring people in a very much deeper alignment with themselves. So that's kind of showing up. So come into your spine as you focus on your breath. Come into lower sternum area, actually, like right where the ribs, if you're going up from the bottom, they come together, the bottom of the sternum. Where the sternum ends and then it gets into this, there's no, just the flesh and the organs below. So bringing your awareness there. Oh yeah, that's a good spot there. That's a place where things can kind of get stashed away. So just kind of coming into that, just letting yourself breathe into that place. And you can touch it with your fingers if you want, just like putting your fingers like right up to that and just letting yourself know it's like, okay, I'm here. There's a bit of emotions that are popping up there that have been just kind of tucked away there. And as you just keep breathing into that area, it's a little bit about what I was seeing before, just around the spine. It's like the spine is showing up nicely, but then right around it, there's stuff that needs to be cleared up. So that's what we're doing here. So this is really joint work. I said a minute ago, it's like I really help people. I support people in stepping out on their own more, not always coming back to me all the time, and having that dependency on an external. So, well, it's like here, I could think it's like I'm doing all the work, but this is joint. We are working together here, and I'm supporting you in shifting. So as you bring your awareness into an area, when I do that or have you focus in a certain way, that opens up your system in a certain way. And then I go in and I go to those little deeper level. Hey, Sydney, joining on my own today. All right. And there's a lot of things that we can't reach for ourselves. We're too in it to be able to see it. As much as we try, we might see it to a certain degree, but we're seeing it from a biased point of view because we're completely in it. So that's where that external piece can be useful to say, well, this is what's going on. So there's some shifting that I'm doing because it's showing up. And so this is the joint work. All right, let's take another deep breath in and just feel the breath going up your spine. Hold it at the top of the spine. Oh. And then as you exhale, just expanding in all directions from the spine. Yeah. And then coming back into that spine. If you can see your whole spine, that's great. If you're having difficulties with that, just focus. Let's see if there's a particular area people need to focus on. Just go with the area that's calling for the most attention, or that you just notice the most. Could be the neck, it could be the upper back, it could be the mid back, lower back. It's all fine. Just whatever is. And with every breath, just coming into that area, whatever you've picked, it could be a whole spine or just an area, a particular area of the spine. Breathing more deeply in, and with each breath, just going in more deeply. And then relaxing in. And letting yourself relax as best as you can, just a little bit at a time. Spine and tailbone sounds good. Yeah. That can be a delicate area when we've had falls. When you fall on your butt, it can kind of throw that spine, that tailbone off. And then that will affect the energies all the way up of the spine. And it can show up like in the neck. So people think it's like, oh, it's my neck that's bothering me. It's all the way down there because it's blocking all the way through. So okay, so just focus on that breath, on that spine. I need to clear something a little deeper here that's coming up for the group. There we go. Starting to open up, so that's good. Some deeper control stuff coming up in the group. This is some really old, deep pattern and beautiful awakened soul. Hello. Good morning to you, wherever you are. Must be morning your time. And thanks for joining. This is some deeper control pieces that are coming up for people, like really deep in terms of in time. So just coming and focusing on your beautiful awakened soul. You can just take a deep breath in, settle in, focusing on your spine. And if you can't do your whole spine, or if you're drawn to a particular area of your spine only, that's fine too. Just bring that awareness there. So taking off some of those deeper layers. from people. We're kind of working on the back side today. Oh. Oh, Chicago, Illinois. Very nice. I hope it's not too cold out there right now. Okay. Yeah, there's some I'm just, this is going to be a little quieter session today because there's some deeper work coming up. Just this kind of deep encrusted layer. Sometimes we hit this layers that are kind of, and they come through as like the energy through is just like so impacted and so old because they've been there for so long, and so they just feel that way, just being just hard and encrusted, and so that's what we're working on today. So your work, your part of the work is really coming into your spine and feeling, breathing up and down your spine, and also when you breathe in, expanding out from your spine, and then when you breathe out, coming back to that core alignment. Yeah, like you're coming back into that core of yourself, and we're just focusing on the spine, and then on the inhale, just like you're just blowing up a balloon, that little balloon of you from that spine out and filling up your body. And so on the exhale, just coming back to that center, blowing more air, more energy, more being. And Nessa, hello, Nessa. Good to see you. It's like coming back to that core, and on the inhale, just bringing more of you out, that is that pure essence of you in that. Wow. So this is this work today. You guys are all showing up to participate because it kind of ties in for you, but it's also being worked through you, some deeper collective work here that's taking place. So thank you all for showing up and being part of this, because that helps to amp it up for everyone. And staying focused with your breath on your spine, your body. It's just very, very gently opening up. Sometimes things will shift quickly, and sometimes it's would be counterproductive to make it shift quickly. So we are present with what is and allowing it to shift in the way it needs to. What happens is our minds can get in the way of thinking. It's like, okay, let's just get this sucker out. Boom. And our mind just needs to be present to register what is happening, what we're noticing, what we're aware of, following that thread, just being present and aware, and allowing the space, allowing that deeper connection to source, to our purest essence, to be what decides. Yeah. It's kind of, it's for some reason this is popping up. It's kind of interesting analogy, but it's sort of like you go on this archaeological dig and you don't just throw the sledgehammer all over the place. There's a lot of stuff you could break and damage in the process that you're actually wanting to uncover and find, discover, and gently uncover. So this is kind of like this process, and just so I'll tell you what I'm seeing, what's happening as we're working on this together here. It's like there's this the spine was just kind of brilliant, but then everything around it was so compacted. And when you think about it, you know how long it's been that humanity has been working through some of this stuff and going through some of the stuff. Feels like I'm excavating, unpacking all I've been through in the last 2 months. Yeah, try last 2 eons prior to CIB, but also now. Yeah, no, this is like way older than that. So you might be more aware of the last 2 months, everything you've been going through the last 2 months. So that's kind of lining up with that. But this is much deeper. Yeah, finally allowing myself space to grieve. Good. That's real good. So all of this is actually, you're talking about last 2 months. That's just a reflection of last 2 eons kind of thing. So what I'm seeing, yeah, so there was the spine, it was like totally compacted. And when you think about how long we've been going through the same shit, I'm sorry, but it's shit of the old paradigm, for how long that's been going on, and that's just been and holding. So it's that aspect of, so what we're seeing is that aspect of that pure essence of ourselves just holding on for dear life. And we're just going to keep pushing, just holding on to that integrity at the core, and just keep moving, just keep going through till we and get to this place where we are now, to step into something new. And we're in the process of working into that new in existence. And so there's that all of that compacted energy that's just, I mean, it's just hard, it's just stiff, it's just old, it's dark, it's just, it's like, and that's shifting away. And so what I'm starting to see is that there's more brilliance that's coming in from above. And so opening up, I'm going to bring some more coherence in the system. It's kind of interesting because I'm seeing it speckled. So speckled means that there's kind of this overlay. It's like if you kind of imagine like checkerboard, marble cake or something, you get brilliant dark, brilliant, dark, kind of alternating. So the brilliance is kind of coming through, filtering in, and through all the little dark pieces. So let's take another nice deep breath in, hold it at the top. And release it when you're ready. If you want to hold it longer, that's fine too. There we go. Yeah, nice. So that thickness around the group is just slowly just coming off. Not so speckled anymore. There's just kind of this thick, thick layer, but it's not compacted anymore. So really good. Staying in that breath. Let's see if we need to shift anywhere else. But for now, just stay. Okay. If you can do both at the same time, have your awareness on your spine and then on into your chest space. Yeah, coming into lightness, some more lightness of being coming through. That will just shifting that darker stuff. So when it's darker, it just means it's distorted. Doesn't mean that it's evil or bad or nasty, anything like that. I mean, it can, but just distorted. Yeah, yesterday I started feeling something in my chest unlock. Still happening. Feels kind of painful. Yeah, it's painful because that's sort of that compacted energy can feel painful. I've had to shift cement through myself as well as clients. Literally feels like cement because it's so, just yeah. It's actually not in your chest, but you might feel it in your chest. It's in that separation between the chest and the solar plexus. So right where the ribs are. And just shifting. let's go into a higher. Yeah, there we go. Caroline, let's come up with us. Okay, Caroline, you're afraid to step away from where you are. It's like there's a sense that you feel you've got a good place for yourself. You got friends. You got, I mean, it's time to move. To move to another country, move to another state, it's like, oh, but I really like it here, so that's your choice. You can stay where you are, or you can decide that you want to keep moving ahead for yourself and be willing to just let go of all that. It takes trust that what is right for you will show back up. Maybe in a different form, maybe in the same form as before, maybe in a different form. It's not an easy thing to go through because we get settled in where we are. We get comfortable with where we are, and when we've been through a lot of stuff or been through a lot of changes, they're kind of like, I kind of want to settle down, settle in, just kind of be in that groove of being settled into something. And you're in that place of, it's your choice, it's your decision. At some point in the journey of your spirit, so not necessarily this lifetime, but your journey of your spirit, you will step up to the next level. And this is for all of us. Everybody's got a different life path. And some people just get to a place and it's like everything just falls into place with them. And it's sort of like, all right, let's chill out, let's relax here, let's enjoy the scene. And other people, it's like, okay, they get to that place, but then it's like, okay, we can go even further, and they keep going further and further for whatever reason, whatever their life path is about. And that's fine. Either way is good. The most important thing for yourself on your journey is to always come back to connect with yourself, to connect here with that pure essence of you and pure source. All the rest, however it takes shape, whatever that journey looks like for you is fine. It's like there are as many different paths as there are humans alive, as there are beings alive, as there are people, beings, humans or others, that are walking this journey of coming into that deeper expression of self. And there's kind of maybe generalities that kind of look similar, but ultimately it's every path is its own, All right, nice deep breath in. And sometimes it's like, okay, you got other people moving forward. You want to hang back, that's fine. But just know that you can make the choice to move forward if you want to or not. I don't decide that for people, because choice is one of the most important things we need to allow ourselves to have and allow others to have. And allow ourselves to have is really important. What is it that you choose for yourself? Because most people do not have that, do not develop that very well, do not get reinforced with that of what is it that you want to choose. It gets knocked out by all along the line, by family, by religion, by politics, by government, by whoever's in charge, whether it's government, whether it's just that leader of the pack. But what is it that you choose for yourself? And Keep coming back to that. Make it your choice and own that choice. Deep breath in. Oh. And whatever you choose to do, use your choice to come into a deeper connection with yourself. Use that choice to expand into more of who you are. And it could be through trials and tribulation, or it can be just through ease and joy. They're equally valid. So just because you've made a choice and it's challenging, so Sydney, for some reason that's falling on you, I think. No judgments, because it as long as you use it to propel yourself forward, to propel yourself into more of your brilliance, more of your expression, of your pure and true expression, of evolving into more of who you can be, that's the most important thing. So use it to your advantage. Yeah. So nice deep breath in, hold it at the top, just a little bit, then just release it out with a sigh. Letting the air just go up. Brush across your lips with a little sigh. Yeah, a lot more lightness of being all around. Yeah, some very deep work today. Again, it's more the collective work, and again, it might be reflecting stuff that's going on in your life right now, and that's why you're showing up. But it's also this deep collective work today. At this point, I don't even know what I'm choosing. So you're stuck into what you think what choice is about. You can choose. So example of choice right now for you is choose to know. Choose to know where you're at. Choose to know what's going on for yourself. Choose to know. You're kind of thinking in terms of actions there. It sounds like. Or choose to want to know how to choose. Hi, Luna. I'm feeling anxious today. Okay, well, deep breath in. We're kind of getting closer to the end here, but take a deep breath in. Feel all that anxiety. Hold it, and then just relax it through your breath. Release it through your breath. So I said this at the beginning, and I'll say it again for you because you're bringing up anxiety here. Take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, just make a soft sound, with just the air going across your lips. That's a signal to your brain. That's actually a signal to your brain, to your nervous system to just relax. And pay attention, listen to the sound. So Sydney, think of all the things you can be choosing right now. I'm choosing to not know in this moment. That's fine, because that's kind of a choice you're making there. It's like, well, I don't even know what I'm choosing. It's like, that's a choice right there. I'm choosing not to know right now. And that's okay, because sometimes we just need to chill out of that mental piece. So it's like, I'm just going to choose not to know because I'm afraid I'm going to mess this up. So that's not a bad thing. Luna, focusing on your breath, focus on your spine. Let yourself come down to your lower spine. like your sacrum, tailbone. Feel what you're sitting on. Just kind of feel your breath. Feel yourself down there. Bring yourself down there, yeah. Ah. And with each inhale, if your mind is going to pull you back up, because with anxiety, the adrenals start kicking in, boom, 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 and pull your energy up and just like ready to either run like hell or you get frozen, or both at the same time. Take a deep breath into that, and then on the exhale, come back with your to the lower spine. Yeah. Oh, and to what you're sitting on. So one thing that is really helpful to help us anchor in when we're having a really hard time anchoring in, because there's a lot of good things, is to actually touch your body, touch yourself. So Luna, just not focus more on the lower half of your body, like even your legs, like squeezing your thighs as you're sitting there to just get the mind engaged somewhere else. Wiggle your toes. Focus on breathing more deeply today, right now. You're also kind of pretty sensitive to the stuff that's around you. So you're picking up energy, stuff that's floating around, and that's part of what's making you anxious. So another reason why it's important to focus on your breath and focus on yourself, focus on your body. Take a deep breath in, focus on your spine, lower abdomen, legs, wiggle your toes, start really kind of anchoring into your body, paying attention to your physical body, to separate out from the buzz, energetic buzz around you. That's kind of part of what's throwing you off. It feels like you just have that high sensitivity. Highly sensitive people, I mean, that's not a bad thing. You just have to know how to manage it. That's the crucial piece that nobody really talks about, ever since I've heard about highly sensitive people. Woman who came up with that, I think it was in the 90s. No, somewhere in the late 90s. I can't remember exactly when, and it made a lot of sense. I mean, I read the book. It's like, ooh, okay, that makes sense. The problem is that never really went into owning yourself. It's not about changing that sensitivity, but it's about being able to manage yourself. And Elaine Aaron, oh, okay. It is knowing how to manage that so that you're not all over the place. Because if you're all over the place and you depend on that external circumstance to change, I'm sorry, you're fucked. There's no way around it. Yeah, thanks, Caroline. So The Highly Sensitive Person by Elaine Aaron. There's several things out there. So it's good to know that information, but then we have to take it to the next step of owning yourself, of owning how to hold yourself, hold your space, be present, not get thrown off by those external pieces. And the way to do that is you connect into your physical body, your physical, really pull into that. That will bring your awareness to you instead of having your awareness like way out there, as far out as it will go, depending on the person. Come back into yourself, connect in. That creates that separation. And then you start to see building that ability to like, okay, anchor in and not respond to that external. Because it's a gift. It's not a bad way to be. You just have to know how to work with it. And without expecting the external to shift for us, because that doesn't help anybody. I've really been feeling the anxiety of a cat I'm taking care of, has actually been helping me to work with him in my own fear, anxiety. Just, so yeah, maybe the cat's are reflecting you. It's kind of interesting how that works. So things like that will show up in our lives because sometimes it's just easier for us to have that external piece that we're working with, and so we're actually working on ourselves through that external piece. So, all right, deep breath in. Hold it at the top. Hold it, hold it. Take another breath in, more. Hold it again, and then exhale. Coming into the space, coming into your space of your body. Yeah. Letting yourself just relax with every breath. Even if it's just a little bit, even if you can only manage just a little bit, that's okay. It's not about coming into complete relaxation. It's just about letting yourself just melt. Another thing that comes up to say, Luna, for you is it's like tighten all your muscles and then just relax and then shake. So tight, 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 tight. Breathing out as you do that. Then relax and just shake it out. Okay. Much better. Cleared out a big chunk there. Just, yeah, part of that, when things get encrusted, it's like, part of that is that habit of doing something over and over again. And that's usually a survival thing. And we're not talking about, last 2 months or this lifetime. This is an old ancient piece. And so humanity just always kind of going to the same thing. And then it becomes habitual and becomes this thing where you're not thinking about it. You keep doing it, you keep doing it. And that's part of why things get encrusted and hard and stiff, energetically, literally it will show up like cement, like just rebar, like, and it's all from the habit. It's all from doing something just automatically. It's survival. And so process of stepping out of that is learning to become more flexible with how we do things on a daily basis. So if you do something regularly, if you're always getting up in the morning and you do exactly the same thing in the morning, do something different. Doesn't matter what it is. Get up on the other side of the bed. If you have a tendency to put your slippers on right away when you get out of bed, don't. Leave them at the foot of the bed so that you walk to the foot of the bed. So you're doing something different so that you don't get into this encrusted thing. And little by little, doing your day differently, little things on your day differently will start to open up to more flexibility. And it creates more flexibility in your brain, in how your brain functions, and how your brain processes information, instead of always going to the same direction, the same path, the same thing over and over and over again. And then you start seeing things differently. You start to open up to different ideas. It's like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. All of a sudden it'll just pop up because you're in a different place. You're doing something instead of 5 minutes earlier when you've always done it. You're doing it 10 minutes early, and then you just notice something different. That takes you down another road. Another thing opens up more stuff. All right, I got to get going because I have something at 8 o'clock in 10 minutes. So thank you all for stopping by. That was kind of a deep session for the collective, as well as for all of you individually getting benefit from that. So thank you all for stopping by, and I'm just going to quickly flash on my QR code for on YouTube. Thank you from Luna and Asta. Yeah, welcome, guys. And thanks for showing up. If you want to make a value donation, it's on the YouTube. On Instagram, it's on, follow the link in the bio. And love you. Yes, Nessa, I hope the girls are doing, I keep, when I see you, it's like, the girls, how are the girls doing? So I hope everybody's doing good on your end, and lots of love to everybody. And that's lots of love to Nessa. I know her girls. I've worked with the girls some and her. So I'm tingling. Thank you. Yes. So lots of love to all of you. And thank you. Beautiful Awakened Soul. Lovely name. They're good. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Take care, everybody. I'm back next Wednesday. We start at 7 p.m. So about 50 minutes earlier is when we start, wherever you are in the world. And join in when you can. It's always nice to have people pop in regularly and then pop in here and there. It's always fun to see people all of a sudden show up I haven't seen for a bit. So, all right, take care, everybody, and we'll see you maybe next Wednesday or wherever we connect up in the ethers. All right.